It's MMA action for the rest of the night, Ron.
I can live with that.
Yes, sir. We have 3 elimination or amateur fights and then 3 pro MMA fights. Getting started with some heavyweights, Mr. Zephaniah NaOupu making his way to the ring now. Always fun to watch the heavyweights go at it.
When those guys land, the whole place feels it.
Every single strike can have pretty significant meaning. So
yeah, with 4-ounce gloves being this size, you know, these guys hit each other and chins and jaws are the same, right?
Look at Dr. Ron busting out the physiology.
True.
True. Everybody on camera right now looks significantly confused.
As do we.
Yes. It's like you're saying, hey, where's my corner people? I know I had some folks with me in the back.
Right. Well, big things in store for Sparta Combat. Always stay up to speed with Sparta Combat by checking out their Facebook page, checking out their Instagram. If you need anything done for your company or business, they've got Sparta Media Group. It goes on and on and on, JR.
Yes, sir.
As they say in New York, whatever you need.
And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the Blue Corps Shooting Center blue corner, Patrick Carey.
Not sure if it's coming through over our microphones, but hearing the crowd get into it here from Mr. Patrick Carey, bringing a contingent of fans with him and coming out of the Genesis Training Center.
That's right.
They're always a wonderful camp to have on a card, bringing great fighters and always helping pack the house as well.
You always got to love the fact that you get superstars like Justin Gaethje and Brandon Gertz here supporting their teammates, and you know, it's always nice for the people in the crowd as we take a look at this Blue Corps Shooting Center tail of the tape, JR.
Mr. NaOupu, 19 years old, and Mr. Carey coming in at 30 years old. I always say the best cardio in the world is I'm 19.
That's right.
Carey's
That's right.
significant reach advantage, heavyweight fight, but they came in at the same weight and fairly equal with their records, and Carey coming in, listing himself as a wrestler, and NaOupu being a younger fighter, probably since the first time he stepped in the gym for combat sports, it was in order to be an MMA fighter, because that's what he lists himself as.
That's right.
Just MMA.
Yep, that's right. We're gonna see if the reach of Patrick Carey can be a factor.
Fight fans, this fight is co-sponsored by Breckenridge Distilleries, the official bourbon of Sparta Combat League. Now, let's meet your 2 heavyweight fighters. Fighting first, out of the Dynamic Mortgage Concepts red corner. Standing at 5 foot 10 inches tall, he weighed in at 225 pounds. He's an independent fighter with a record of 2-1 from Orem, Utah, Zephaniah NaOupu. And his opponent, fighting out of the Blue Corps Shooting Center blue corner. He stands at 6 foot 4 inches tall, weighed in at 228 pounds. Training out of Genesis Training Center with a record of 1-1 from Denver, Colorado, Patrick Carey. scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. Your referee this bout, Dean Abada.
Final instructions being given to these guys. No blades, no guns.
Just like you said, JR, heavyweight amateur MMA here.
And Carey already taking a low stance. Looks like he's just going to charge across the cage and take a shot. But you and I have watched Carey fight before, and his wrestling is really something pretty special.
For a guy that size, he's unbelievably athletic.
So we'll see how that plays out for the younger NaOupu.
And there it is on display.
Immediately planted is NaOupu. NaOupu trying to work an underhook.
Very calm young man is NaOupu.
Wow, gets himself into a guillotine position. He's going to have a very difficult time closing that off there, but got guard and used that head control nicely. And Carey immediately looking to pass. Nice job. NaOupu going for the roll and gets the turn. Back to a foot momentarily, but again, it's the wrestling of Carey that pays off. Just snatched up that single. And NaOupu going for the big toss, but didn't have the hips into it that he needed.
This is why everybody loves watching the big guys go.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. Everything is significant, and everything has fight-ending implications as Carey looks to secure that inside trip from that headlock. And another takedown from Carey, and now I'm going to look for Carey to kind of either pass guard here or look for that side choke, one or the other.
Yeah, needs to have his right cheek on the outside of NaOupu's arm, which of course doesn't matter now. So back to standing we go, and really nice scrambling going on in this fight. Very technical by both these guys, both in order to get back to their feet and in order to take it off the feet.
That's just like that. Two big, strong guys here. Moving very well. Both of these guys moving very well. Carey looking to establish position here, especially when he's got NaOupu against the cage.
Yeah, NaOupu has an overhook, or head control with his left hand, and he's going to try to pull that right knee through. Look to get guard again, but Carey wise to that, working the knees. And that's the first bit of striking that we've seen in this fight is Carey working the knees for the ground and pound attack. And almost getting the guard back, but no.
There he goes.
Going to try to turn it in. Oh, I was going to say a head and arm choke. NaOupu pulls his arm out. And Carey, that was a nice transition to try to set up the choke.
I think he was trying it.
Yeah, it just turns out NaOupu was wise to it. Good defense by the bottom fighter. 10-second clacker has sounded.
It's the first thing that I noticed about NaOupu is that the way that he just is very, very calm, not wasting any energy, not wasting any movements. And, the ability to stay calm in a fight is a big deal.
We'd like to thank our sponsor, Bubbaccino's Catering. Catering our VIP section tonight, call Bubbaccino's for all your catering needs.
One of the biggest things that comes out of remaining calm during a fight is being able to listen to your corner. And it's so invaluable, especially early in your careers, like both of these guys are, is to be able to have an extra set of really well-trained eyes on the fight. And here we see Carey working the takedown, just
power
set
double.
that up from halfway across the cage.
Yeah.
Plants his opponent, and away they go.
You know, JR, you brought up something about being able to listen to your coaches. The other thing it allows you to do is it allows you to actually think through what you're doing. I know a lot of people like to go in there and resort to instinctual fighting, but when you're young in your career, and these guys are both young in their careers, they have to be able to consciously think through what they're doing and what they've practiced in the gym.
And this is where I'm going to say Carey has the advantage with coming in with the wrestling background and the age is, he's early in the cage, but he's been on the mat 400 times by now.
Yeah.
And that's 400 times he's listened to a coach.
That's
and
right.
400 times he's worked his way through a fight and been in and out of bad positions.
He's created those neural pathways, huh?
Dr. Ron. Oh, my synapse. Well, Carey goes back to his bread and butter and trying to stuff a knee. NaOupu's done a good job of keeping himself safe on the ground, always been able to regain guard. Carey trying to keep that from happening, but NaOupu right back to it, gets his guard back. Good job by the young man off the bottom.
Yeah, and also a really good job for Carey of being able to keep his opponent pinned into his corner so that he can listen to his coaches right now, going back to what you said.
Absolutely. And NaOupu, we know he has good scrambles, so let's see if Carey makes some adjustments in his game. You'd think you'd want to see him with his hips being a little more heavy and his hips a little more over the top of NaOupu's hips. He's a little far out off to the side, and that was allowing NaOupu to get up, but Carey just pressures forward and gets the takedown again. And keep an eye on the right ankle of NaOupu as he was being pushed over there. That ankle was caught underneath him and was being twisted at a pretty awkward angle.
I saw that as well. Good heavy pressure right now from Carey. This is what you expect from him.
Yeah, and this is the hip position and the hip pressuring that we expected from Carey.
No doubt. I'd like to see Carey more active here, not just throwing ones and twos like that. I'd like to see him really, looking to kind of shake things up, move things. I mean, keep himself moving to literally create a position for NaOupu to stay on defense.
There he goes. Postured up, had a couple of hard shots to the head, did Carey. That's what you were looking for, Ron, was to keep that action going just like that.
That's right.
Of course, the difficulty with that is as you posture up, it opens up advantages for the fighter off of the bottom, or openings at least.
Agreed. Good controlling type of fight, though, for Carey. And with his length and reach, you would kind of expect him to keep this fight standing, and just keep NaOupu on the outside.
Yeah, and over at Genesis, they're working that striking. That's something those guys are amazing at. But, again, with the wrestling background, it's something Carey's probably been doing since he was 5 years old. And it's working for him.
Yeah, it is. Good positional control for the entire fight, just like you said.
And like you said, right there in the corner of Carey. Can hear everything his corner man says. NaOupu could probably hear just about nothing.
That's right. Third and final round just about to get underway here.
Might as well have a little Ted Nugent kick things off.
I'm never scared of a little Ted Nugent. Uncle Ted. Can you name the Colorado fighter that used to walk out the stranglehold? Great guess, Justin Salas.
So, Ron, if you're in the corner of NaOupu, you're down 2 rounds. What are you telling them if you're a coach?
Lateral movement number 1 to avoid getting taken down, and then fire off strikes on the angles. They are there, especially for a wrestler that's coming straight ahead. Step to the left or the right, depending on where your power hand is, and make sure that you get there as he's coming in. That's what I would tell him. And then just keep the pressure up. And then how about for Carey, JR?
More of the same. Maybe try to get busier with your ground and pound. Look for a finish. You're doing a great job with your positional control.
Yep.
Once you get it to the mat, you can hold this guy there.
That's right.
So grind him out, make him uncomfortable, give him a reason to quit.
And I see Carey coming in a little bit, telegraphing a little bit. I'd like to see him kind of maybe a little bit more head movement, maybe even throw a head kick.
There you go. Little Kevin Randleman overhand right as you're charging in.
I think NaOupu's expecting the takedown, and I think that it could be an effective shot for him.
Good knee by Carey on the way in, and then just body lock bulls his way forward to get the takedown on that one.
Big, strong guys.
That was pure Brock Lesnar right there. I grab you and throw you down. And how frustrating for
Yep.
NaOupu.
Yep.
Just, again, over here in the corner. You know, it's early in the round, and that knee,
Just took a knee to the
almost
head.
skipped off the cheek. Yeah, it was unintentional and inadvertent, but still there it was.
Yeah, very, very frustrating for NaOupu right now because clearly that top pressure of Carey is no joke. I mean, he's a big, strong guy to begin with.
Yeah.
And then the ability to understand how to leverage those hips and keep that pressure on you like that and really keep you pinned against that cage, that is just devastating for the Orem, Utah fighter.
Starting to look like Dan Severin versus Tank Abbott. Pin him against the cage and just work the knees all around, all around, all around.
Never a bad strategy, especially when you're that big.
NaOupu trying to stay busy, basically throwing some punches. He knows they're not going to cause damage, but maybe he can get Carey to shift his hips, to move off a little bit.
That's right.
Carey has made a nice adjustment in that he's keeping his left knee very tight against the hip of NaOupu. We've seen NaOupu regain guard numerous times. Carey's made the adjustment to stop that happening here in the third.
100% agreed. And you can actually see the frustration on NaOupu right now when the camera kind of zooms into that angle. And for Carey, you can just see him thinking through the process. That's what he's doing.
Little knee on belly, postured up to start to work those heavier punches like we talked about. That gives an opening to your opponent, and NaOupu showing he still wants to fight in there, scrambling, trying to get back to his feet.
Good job of Carey staying heavy like that. Wow. And again, very frustrating position to be in if you're
just basically the final nail in the coffin to hear your body planted on the cage and then hear the 10-second clacker.
Like you said, the emphatic final takedown, right?
Yeah, exactly. And
good fight for Patrick Carey, and a very, very frustrating
Sparta
and
Combat
difficult
League
fight
would like
for.
to thank our sponsor, Supplement Giant. Check us out at all 5 locations: LURU in South Carolina, University in Dry Creek, Colorado and Alameda, First and Wadsworth, 88th and Sheridan. Supplement Giant.
And so here on the replay, checking out just the takedown of Carey, the takedowns of Carey, giving him that positional advantage with which he controlled the entirety of this fight.
He really did. You know, he was able to utilize his leverage, his experience, and really capitalize and you know, you said it first, keep his opponent right where his coaches can corner him. You know, that's what he did, and he did that extremely well.
Doc Alex in there taking a look at things.
The best in the
I was
business.
going to say, talk about the best there is. Carey looking none the worse for wear, but NaOupu, I believe, has exited the cage, so maybe an injury to the gentleman from Utah. We hope he's well.
Yeah, actually, you're right. A little strange.
Carey improving his record, 2-1, breaks that 500 mark. I think he and his coach is happy, and I see him moving his way up through the heavyweight ranks here in Colorado fairly quickly, Ron. He's got the skills for it.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot. He's going to provide. He's going to be a problem for guys, you know, in the heavyweight division. He's a big, strong, athletic wrestler, and that kind of says a lot in the heavyweight division. I think once he starts getting some time under his belt, learning how to leverage those positions, incorporating some strikes, I think that Patrick Carey's a real problem. Unofficially, I see that as a shutout. I mean,
agreed.
that decision probably shouldn't take as long as the last one.
And Mr. NaOupu back to the cage.
Maybe that's what we were waiting on.
Possible so.
Good to see fighters from other states, though, get a chance to come out here and experience what SCL is all about.
For sure.
As we talked about, Mr. NaOupu comes to us from Orem, Utah.
It's don't mean to make light of it, but it's a long drive to find out you got to work on your takedown defense.
Yeah. No question.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of heavyweight action, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored this bout 30-27 for your winner, fighting out of the blue corner, Patrick Carey.
Yep, that's the right call.
Patrick, that was a great fight. I'm sure you've got some people you'd like to thank. Let's give you the chance.
Yeah, I want to thank everyone at Genesis Training Center. I want to thank Jake. I want to thank Coach Danielle. I want to thank Grant Neal, my girlfriend, love you, Brittany. That's it.
Thank you, sir. We can't wait to see you back in the cage. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back right after this.
I'm backstage with heavyweight fighter Pat Carey. He just won his MMA fight tonight. Pat, how does it feel to get that win?
Feels really good. I had lost my last fight, so I really wanted to get back on the winning track. Just happy we got the win. I got a great team at Genesis, great coaches. Focused back on my wrestling, which is my strength and what I know. So, it was a good fight. Obviously, there's things I can do to improve. I need to finish fights like that. There are a lot of openings and just things I didn't capitalize on. And hopefully, as I fight, I make the adjustments. Obviously, everyone wants to see a finish. So I think, I got to focus on that, get those finishes, because that's what people want to see.
What do you think you could have done differently to get the finish tonight?
Be a little more aggressive. There are times where I probably should have done some more ground and pound. As my coach was saying earlier, he gave me his back, and I should have gone for a choke there. Just my wrestling instinct is when he gives me his back, I want to pick him up and just kind of dump him. So, there's still things I need to work on, but compared to my last 2 fights before this, I feel like I've made significant improvement, and I can only keep building off of it.
You had a takedown in the first round that literally shook the Grizzly Rose. Was wrestling the strategy going in?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a Greco background, and I did some collegiate for CSU Pueblo, and I learned, I've been doing this since I can remember, so this is just what I know.
You completely smothered him the whole time during that fight, rounds 1 through 3. Was that how you prepared in your fight camp?
Yeah, absolutely. Also we have a striking gym, so I worked a lot more on my feet, and I feel like that's something that I didn't do as much as I could have on my feet. I felt like probably could have done more with my jab and my cross, but I timed his strikes right, and he was trying to be the aggressor, and I just went for those takedowns. So.
Thank you to A+
Did a great job.
flooring
I was impressed with
specialist.
your performance. Go get a beer. Enjoy your win tonight. Congratulations.